Congressman Mike Lawler joins us now. He's a Republican from New York. Congressman, you and two of your colleagues, that is, these are Republicans from districts that went for Kamala Harris, met with Trump on Wednesday. Did you come to some kind of deal on the SALT deductions, that is, the state and local tax deductions that folks in very high tax states like New York need desperately?
Well, as the president said on the campaign trail, and then again reaffirmed down at Mar-a-Lago when I was down there about 2 weeks ago, and then again in the Oval, that he supports lifting the cap on SALT. And that's obviously extremely important as we work through this negotiation. We didn't come to a final agreement at all, but we're working through the numbers with the Ways and Means Committee on that as we work through the reconciliation bill.
Well, and you say lifting it, that doesn't mean they won't have a top. You're talking, I think the president has mentioned doubling it from $10,000 to $20,000. Would that be sufficient for you?
No, the president did not suggest that. I know some folks potentially within the admin had floated that, but no, that obviously would not be
well, you
sufficient.
say obviously. What are you talking about? Because $20,000 would, I believe, protect people up to about $250,000 a year. When you look at the how much tax they pay now, what kind of limit are you talking about?
Well, I've introduced legislation that would allow single filers to deduct up to $100,000, married filing jointly to deduct up to $200,000. The reality is that in states like New York and districts like mine, where we have Westchester, Rockland counties, the highest property tax counties in America, we blow through the $10,000 to $20,000 cap just on property taxes alone before you even get to state income taxes. So, yes, obviously it would not be sufficient for districts like mine. And it's a reality that we have to deal with. We are a donor state in New York. We send more money to the federal government than money we receive back. Other states, some of the same states that argue that they don't want to subsidize, quote unquote, bad blue state policies, the reality is they get more money from the federal government than tax revenue that they generate to the federal government. So, look, we could sit and go through chapter and verse on that. But to me, the issue is very simple. If we don't pass a tax bill, SALT comes back unlimited. However, it would be associated with the largest tax increase in American history. The alternative minimum tax would come back.
Forgive me for interrupting, Congressman, but the point is, the reality is, if a deal is not made before the end of this year, taxes will go up on 65% of American taxpayers. It'd be one of the biggest tax hikes in history. That means that Republicans would lose at least the House, if not the House and the Senate, which means that Donald Trump would have a lame duck presidency.
That's exactly why we're in the process of negotiating a tax deal.
But don't you have to come down? Because don't you have to come down from that 100,000 figure? Because there are a lot of people in states where there are no taxes, like Texas, who say, "Why should we pay for the New Yorkers?"
Well, actually, Texas's property taxes have gone up significantly, and they are blowing well past the $10,000 cap. So, look, the reality is that we have to negotiate in good faith. That's why I'm at the table negotiating. We could do nothing and just allow SALT to come back unlimited. But as I said, that would result in the highest tax increase in American history.
Of course it would.
I'm not willing to do that, which is why we're negotiating a tax bill in good faith. But President Trump understands that the cap on SALT has had a negative impact on states like New York, and he himself has said he wants to lift it. So that's what we're working on, and that's what we're working on.
Well, Congressman, I live in New York, so I know what the deduction's all about. It's just I don't want to see 65% of Americans pay for higher taxes, one of the biggest tax hikes in America.
And that's why we're negotiating a tax bill.
And that's why we wish you the best of luck in continuing those negotiations. Congressman, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.